Good day, McVeigh, and happy Thursday. Good morning, boys and girls. Let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand to honor our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, boys and girls, let's be seated. And we'll go to our birthdays. Okay, here we go. So, let's see. Happy birthday today to Hattie Jaxie in our 5th grade, Jack Norcower in our 3rd grade, Ava Mendoza in our 1st grade, and Uskana Paroku in our 1st grade. All right. So how are you today, boys and girls? So we've been learning about the rules of McVeigh each day. And so today we have rule number 4. There's only 5. It's only on one more day. Okay, so rule number 4 comes from the other 3 rules. So the first rule was body control. That means that you are in charge of your body and you get to make decisions about what it does. So you can stand with good body control or you can have crazy body control, right? You make those decisions. The second rule was be a bucket filler. And if you have good body control, that includes what you say. So you can always say something that is bucket filling with good body control. The next rule was do the right thing even when nobody is looking. We talked about that one yesterday, and that's the same thing. Having good body control, being a bucket filler means that you will do the right thing when nobody is looking, even though it's hard sometimes, like not eating those brownies. Okay, rule number 4. And this one is just like the others. It follows in the same path. If you have good body control, if you are a bucket filler and you do the right thing, even when nobody's looking, this one will be simple. And it's no retaliation. So usually, Mr. Minerva and I would stand up and do a skit in front of you, and it would go something like this. I might pretend to push Mr. Minerva, and he then would pretend to push me back. When Mr. Minerva pushes me back, that's called retaliation. And at McVeigh, we don't retaliate. And here's why. We at McVeigh want to stop whatever it is that is not good and change it, fix it. Now, how do we do that? Well, number 1, we can find an adult if we need to. Number 2, we can think about what our options are when something happens to us that we don't like. So if somebody was to push me, what are my options? I could push back. I could definitely do that. Or I could think and say, I'm not going to do that. There's something else I'm going to do. I'm going to walk away from this situation. I'm going to get help. I'm going to ask that person why they pushed me. I can use my brain and make a decision instead of just using my body to do something back. And that's what we want to do at McVeigh. So our rule is no retaliation. Now, I know sometimes things happen, like I was talking about somebody cutting me off on the parkway on my way in, and I feel angry. I feel mad. I know what it is to feel mad. We all do. But one of the things we want to do as we get older is learn how to handle times when we feel mad or angry. We want to learn how to sort of take a little step back, big deep breath, and make a decision instead of just reacting. If Mr. Minerva pushes me and then I just push him back, I react. I didn't take that deep breath and I didn't think first. And that's what we want you to be able to do at McVeigh. So that's why we have that rule, no retaliation. Think first at McVeigh. Stop and think. Remember our Mighty Mouse those blue posters we had, I'm going to actually show it tomorrow. Think about what it looked like, which is stop and think. All right. And tomorrow we will have our last rule for McVeigh. Speaking of tomorrow, the sandwich of the day is boar's head, turkey and cheese. Plus, you can also get the cheese sandwich or the bagel with cheese sticks. Yesterday, I also mentioned that if you would like chocolate milk for lunch, we can get that for you. Just make sure you let your teacher know in the morning. Next week, hot off the press, literally, we will have some hot options for lunch. Okay, now moving right along to our Get Smart show. This is coming from Peter Morris. I love what Peter did. We're just back into school and already he's working on some complicated math. So here's what he did. It looks like lots and lots of numbers, and it is, but there's a method to those numbers. There's a system. So he starts with 1. His next number is 2. Let's see if you can figure out what he's doing. So 1, 2, the next number is 4. So what is Peter doing? After 4 is 8. Can anybody guess what the next number is? 2, 4, 8, 16. Yes, if you said 16, you're right. But what would be after that one? 32. So what he is doing is doubling every number. 1 doubled, or 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 doubled, or 2 plus 2 is 4. So you remember the first 3 numbers were 1, 2, 4. If you double 4, that means 4 plus 4, it is 8. And he keeps going. And the thing about it is, he didn't stop at 32 or 64 or 128. He kept going to 418,600,016. He started with 1. Peter, this is great work. Well done. And you are getting smart. Speaking of the Get Smart show, yesterday we had that special on rattlesnakes. And I showed you the picture of that snake at my house. But I got around to some classrooms today, but not all the classrooms. And many boys and girls are asking me about the snake. What I didn't talk about yesterday on the show, though, was that the snake was originally in my house. It was terrible. And there's the snake. So what happened was I went downstairs to do some laundry, and the snake was there. So I didn't do the laundry. I quickly went over to the Home Depot near my house, and I got some of those glue traps, put them there around the place, because when I went back, the snake wasn't there. So that really made me nervous. And eventually, I guess the snake went to the glue trap because you saw it in it. And then I got in touch with, the wildlife people, and they came and released the snake. So you saw the snake when it was released outside, much better than when it was inside. So some of you saw that yesterday, but now you can all see, wow, yeah, yikes, that was very scary for me. All right, so that being said, I hope to see more entries in the Get Smart bin tomorrow. You can hand them to your teacher, and everyone that comes in will get a spotlight. Okay, and so now it's time for our Mighty Kind moment of the day. Dun, dun, dun. And of course, we're going to the pile here. So let's see. Some of them are all tangled. Okay, so this one is coming from, this is Jay. And it says, Keep trying because no one else can try for you. That's a great thought. So what that means is that if I want to get good at something or better at something, I have to keep working hard. Now, my teachers can help me, my parents can help me, my coaches can help me, but in the end, it's up to me. I have a poster in my garage where I do some exercise, and it says, if it is to be, it's up to me, right? That means the same thing. If you want to get good at something, you have to keep trying. Listen to your coaches and your parents and your teachers and learn from them, but then you have to do the work, like your homework or practicing, or like we saw Peter doing, practicing his doubling. That's how you get good at something. You have to put in that effort. And I know you can. You know why? Because you're a mighty mind. And not only that, you're mighty kind. Mighty minded every day, boys and girls. It's a great day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. Let's have a wonderful day.